Close your eyes. Picture yourself sitting in a crowded football stadium on a brisk Saturday afternoon with sun beating down on your face as you hear the roar of 80,000 plus cheering as Notre Dame Fighting Irish take the field. Good afternoon. I'm here to talk to you about the rich history and tradition of the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. At the end of this presentation, it is my goal that you'll have a better understanding of the history and tradition of this program. Let's begin with a quick overview of the team. The University of Notre Dame first fielded a team in 1887. To date, they have accumulated 874 victories. The Irish currently hold the record for most national championships with 13. A record 7 Notre Dame players have won the Heisman Trophy. That's the trophy for the most outstanding college football player each year. And the program has produced an NCAA record 96 consensus All-Americans, 32 unanimous All-Americans, more than any other university. As of the 2013 draft, Notre Dame has produced and had drafted the most NFL players of all time. Notre Dame did not win its first game until the end of the 1887 season. This was a 20-0 victory over Harvard Prep. In 1918, Knute Rockne took charge of the program and led the Irish to 105 victories. We'll talk more about Coach Rockne later. Now that we've talked about a brief overview of the program, let's talk about some of the memorable players who have played for the Irish. Let's start with the Four Horsemen. Quarterback Harry Stoldier, left halfback Jim Crowley, right halfback Don Mueller, and fullback Elmer Layden were known as the Four Horsemen. And they ran rampant through the Irish opponent's defense after Coach Rockne devised this lineup in 1922 during their sophomore season. During their entire tenure, the Four Horsemen only lost twice, once in 1922 and again in 1923 to the University of Nebraska in Lincoln in front of a packed house. As stated before, the Irish have had 7 Heisman Trophy winners. Notable names include Angelo Bertelli, 1943, Paul Hornung, 1956, and most recently Tim Brown, 1987. 44 former Notre Dame players and 6 coaches have been inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. 10 former Notre Dame players have been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, second only to University of Southern California. As of 2013, currently 29 former Irish players play in the NFL. Now let's take a look at some of the most memorable coaches in Irish history. Some believe it is these coaches that make Notre Dame the memorable institution that it is. We have to begin by talking about Coach Knute Rockne, who coined the now famous phrase, "win one for the Gipper." During a game, George Gipp was a consensus All-American who died of strep throat in 1920. Coach Rockne used this tragedy to compel his team to victory over the heavily favored Army team. Army was up at half, and Rockne provided these words of inspiration from Gipp in the locker room. "I've got to go, Rock. It's all right. I'm not afraid. Sometime, Rock, when the team is up against it, when things are going wrong and the brakes are beating the boys, tell them there's going to be there. They've got it to win one for the Gipper. I don't know where I'll be then, Rock, but I know I will see it and I will be happy." This speech worked because it compelled the team to come out with a 12-6 victory. Under 13 years of Coach Rockne, Notre Dame won 105 games and 3 national championships. Eric Parsegian is the next coach that we're going to talk about. He coached the Irish from 1964 to 1974. He has a winning percentage of .836, one of only 3 Notre Dame coaches with that high of winning percentage. During his tenure, the Irish accumulated 97 victories and 2 national championships. He led them to 2 undefeated seasons in 1966 and 1973. In 1971, Cliff Brown became the first African-American quarterback to start for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Coach Parsegian was forced to retire for medical reasons after the 1974 season. It's under Coach Parsegian that you might know of the now famous Rudy Redekers, who walked on to the University of Notre Dame. The last coach that we're going to talk about today is Coach Lou Holtz. He coached the team from 1986 to 1996. Under Coach Holtz, the Irish won 95 games. He led the Irish to the 1988 National Championship. Overall, he took Notre Dame to one undefeated season, 9 consecutive New Year's Day bowl games, 10 top 10 AP poll finishes. To recap this touted university, Notre Dame has been playing football since 1887. It's accumulated 874 victories, 13 national championships, and produced 7 Heisman Trophy winners. Many famous and notable players and coaches have walked the grass at Notre Dame Stadium, making it one of the most recognized and well-known football teams in the nation.